What's up, YouTube? This is your girl Lexi. This is probably my first video that I've made in a few years, so please excuse the face. No makeup. I just got home from a very hard day at work. I basically just wanted to make a quick video about the tea, the shade, the drama that has been going on, that everybody on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, you name it, everybody's talking about it, regarding the Queen's Court, T.S. Madison, Khia. Somehow Funky Dineva found his way in, and that's no shade of Funky. I actually used to subscribe to his stuff, and I did used to watch it all the time. With everything that happened this week or the past couple of days, I chose to unsubscribe, and it was purely because of some of the things that he said. First of all, I'm not going to be caping for anybody in particular on this. There's just some things that as a woman that I wasn't comfortable with him saying. So it wasn't about him taking a side, because everybody has their faves. I personally like Khia and T.S. Madison equally. I will admit I was following Maddie on Facebook a while ago, and I'm going to be honest, I unfollowed her this week too. Again, I was not picking a side. There was just some things that she did, or let me put it another way. When she made her heartfelt video, I was really on Team Queen's Court the entire time. It was not Team Maddie, it wasn't Team Khia, it was Team Queen's Court, because I love that show. I am one of those idiots. I'll call myself an idiot, a dummy, whatever. I'm one of those people who literally was staying up to watch it and to listen to it on SoundCloud, to follow it on YouTube. I literally plugged my phone up through my Roku stick just to watch it on my TV. Like, that's how into this show I was. So I am a true fan. I'm a loyal fan. I'm still Team Queen's Court, but I've just decided to fall back on everybody involved for the time being, because it's just getting messy. And even though, like, yo, if you are really a Queen's Court advocate, then you know it's messy, but this is real life, and I have watched everybody's take on it, and that's the only reason why I'm making this video, is because everybody has a side. Everybody's either Team Maddie, and there's a whole bunch of bloggers that are Team Maddie, and then there's like a couple of people who are Team Khia, but they only Team Khia because of her dealing with Funky Dineva. So I'm not gonna go through the whole history. By the time you've watched this video, you've watched everybody else's video, and they have gone through their whole schmooze about what has happened. So why am I gonna go back and forth and be like, and then Maddie said, and then Khia said? I'm just gonna give you my take on it. So I see it from both sides. Equally, I see it from both sides. I think they both got done wrong, and I think they both did wrong. Now, the whole thing about Khia showing up minutes before they were supposed to go on air, this is what I have to say about it. And to those dudes, I did not watch the Larry Reid Show video on this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I heard so much feedback about how two grown men, went in on Khia as if whatever. Like, I don't care what your sexual orientation is, and I don't care how you feel, but if you're a man, you be a man. You don't sit up there and just dog a female out, because we got way too many dudes in the street now who are doing that on the regular, who think it's okay because they seeing people like you do it. So to you gentlemen, no shade, no hate, whatever, but you won't get a click from me. You just won't. Because from what I heard, even the people who didn't like Khia, and there's a whole slew of them on the internet, you were dead wrong for what you were saying about her. What you were saying about her had nothing to do with what was going on at what you were supposed to be speaking on. You were supposed to be speaking on your software that cost $700. even though at one point, from what I heard in the video, and again, this is from what I heard, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But at one point you were sitting up there saying, oh, well, we weren't experts anyway. And then another thing, oh, we gave her a great deal. We wound up only making $9 per hour. Either you knew what you were doing or you didn't. And if you didn't know what you were doing, call a spade a spade. Now, getting back to it. So, I don't know what time Khia showed up. The only people who know what time Khia showed up was Khia, Maddie, and them dudes. I'm going to leave that up in the air because the dudes feel some way about Khia because Khia put them on blast for their non-professional skills or whatever she called it. Maddie admits in her video that she was all over the place. So again, it's either it's here or there, it's whatever. But some things that I know. Now, I work in telecommunications. I work for a very large telecommunications company, a communications company, so much so they've got their own recording studio on the second floor of our building. I can tell you that the people who work in there, even though they're not the people who are going to be shooting those videos for our company and the commercials, there are people who do stand-ins. And this is, I'm not, just full disclaimer, I don't work for Hollywood, obviously. So, but from what I see, maybe I've been bamboozled, but from what I see, people have stand-ins. So even if even if Khia was not there, those dudes could have sat in that chair and adjusted the lighting. I mean, it would have been pitch perfect to her skin tone, no, but that would have been on her. Again, they could have sat there and done the lighting. They could have sat there and did the mics and all of this stuff. But that's neither here nor there. We can't take it back. And then to say that Maddie had the wrong kind of lighting. Well, if you're the production company, aren't you supposed to be bringing that stuff? Or that wasn't part of the $700. I'm just asking. I don't know. So let's get past that. So Khia gets there and she's feeling the energy is off. Now, Maddie even said that Khia's big on energy. If you've watched anything of Khia's, if you were like me and after you started watching the Queen's Court, you were like, yo, let me go back a couple of months and see what she's about, see what this is, because I was like, y'all, I knew my neck, my back, I knew Miss Rap Supreme, I knew that, but I didn't know what she was doing now. Not that I had shade towards her, I just didn't know. It was what it was. But for her to be a person who's all about energy, which I get, I'm a Virgo, so with Virgos, you already know, if we feel something, like, we're not really going to talk to people straight up in the beginning, but if we feel something or feel some kind of way, we're done. We're cool. I'm gonna speak for me. I will fall back. I'll fall all the way back because I don't want to get involved. Not that I'm scary, flighty, or anything like that. I'm a perfectionist, so I get the whole Libra and Scorpio thing, but I also understand how these two females, because yes, even though Maddie was born a man, Maddie can rock being a female all she wants. I don't care. If you want to be the great Kalamazoo, you can be the great Kalamazoo. I don't care. But anywho, so I'm going to call Maddie what she wants to be referred to, a female. These two females came together on something. Now, I have been watching, and I'm not going to throw any particular blogger out. The only reason why I mentioned Funky Dineva was because Dineva is right in the middle of this now. But there have been some bloggers who've sat up there and said, oh, Maddie put all her money into it and she deserves to own it. Some people have it to do and some people don't. We don't know the level of their friendship turned partnership turned whatever it is now. That being said, maybe Khia didn't have it to do. I'm not calling her broke. I'm not saying she not getting royalties. No, not me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Khia is a very simple person. If you look at all her videos, her house is simple. Not saying she's simple-minded. She just only wants what she needs. She's not extravagant. She ain't got a bust of Michelangelo's naked guy in the back. Again, that's no shade on you or anyone else. I'm just saying the way she lives her life is the way that she portrays herself. So I've never seen Khia in a $2,000 Versace suit with some $1,800 Giuseppe heels. I've never seen it. Not saying she can't afford it. She may just not want it. And I think that's how she started with the Queen's Court. Now, I did watch a blog about half an hour ago. And this blogger, it was a female blogger, she made reference to how Khia was basic and just set in her ways. And that's not it. There are people in this world who don't need everything with gold paint and gold tint. Like, look at my nails. They're flashy. I like them. They're red. It's something new. But it's not what defines me. And I think that's what Khia was basically saying, is she didn't need the robes and the stand. And now, Khia, I'm going to say this about the banner in the back, the Queen's, where it said the Queen's Court. I like that. That was branding. Cool. Sometimes, and this is just being real, sometimes I felt some of the stuff was extreme. Now, the Christmas special was on point. And if you have not watched the Queen's Court Christmas special, you're doing yourself a disservice. Just real tea. But, for instance, the whole Nelly thing, the whole Nelly, silly string on me thing, that was a lot. That was a bit extra, but I get it. I get where you guys were trying to go by bringing in the props. But Khia said, hey, I really didn't need the props. The Christmas special was dope. She loved the typewriter, but she's saying, hey, I really didn't need the props. In Maddie's rebuttal video to Khia, and I have this question, and if you know Maddie, if you are Maddie's assistant, cousins with the assistant, whoever you are, and you happen to click on this video and give me your time, and at the 12:57 mark in this video, you decide, hey, I still want to listen to what she has to say, please tell Maddie this. Maddie, watch Khia's video with the clean heart. Only you'll understand what that means. Because when I watched your video, Maddie, I got the perception that either you didn't watch it all the way through, or somebody called you and was like, ooh, girl, this is what she said. And you were so hurt because you said that she blocked you. So either somebody told you about it, and people have been in your DMs, people have been in your Facebook, people have been messaging you. I get it. But if you have the ability to, if you have not already done so, please watch it with the clean heart. And Khia, that same message goes for you, ma'am. You both were saying the same thing to a certain extent. You both have love. Now, people were questioning Khia's love because they were like, oh, Khia was calling to this and saying, F your tears. I know people. I know hood people. It doesn't matter if they are Cancer, Gemini, Aquarius, Pisces. When they get hit and they get lit, it's on and popping. And maybe that's who Khia is. Like, I'm so hurt, I'm going to say whatever I want to say. But at the end of the day, anybody who says, I truly believe that she loves Maddie, it may not be your version of love. You may feel like, oh, she left Maddie high and dry. Anybody who's watching this video, if you can honestly tell me that you have not removed yourself from a situation when it may not have been the best thing to leave, but it was the best thing for you at the time, you gotta understand what she did. Because she kept saying in her video, I was going to pop off. I just wanted to clean house. I just wanted to do this. She already knew she was being recorded on that Periscope. And Miss Monique, you were wrong for that, but hey, it is what it is. She knew she was being recorded. So what would have happened if she had stayed and they kept pushing and pushing and pushing and recording and recording? She would have popped off. It would have been some murder, murder, kill, kill all over the internet. Everybody would have been like, oh, look at her. She is a loose cannon. Oh, look at her. She's so disrespectful. I think she did it because she thought it was the best solution. And I'm going to be honest. I don't know the lady. I don't know now one of these ladies. But I think she did the right thing. Just, sorry. I know everybody's like, she left the Titanic, blah, blah, blah. Maddie should have stopped recording. Monique, you should have stopped recording. And that's just being real. But back to the whole who owns it, blah, blah, blah. If you have really, really been listening to Khia, at the end of that video, her video where she responded to it and she said, I'm done, it's dead, it's gone, it's buried. She said, Maddie, I love you, you can have it. She still said, hashtag Team Queen's Court. So if she was really unprofessional, if she was really not about her money, she wouldn't be in DC. But she uploaded a Facebook Live video or a Gram video saying, ha, guess who's on her way to DC? Guess who just boarded her plane at C9? Yeah, I watched it once and can tell you what terminal she was in. She was in Terminal C in Atlanta, and she was at Gate C9. So obviously she's about her coin, because if she was really F this, F this, F this, she wouldn't go to DC. She would just have to get her a lawyer and figure it out. That's another thing. I have seen some blogs where they are claiming that this is manufactured drama. I don't know anybody who is this close, this close to the next level, who would now I've heard of, this ain't Kardashian drama, because the Kardashians ain't this damn good. No shade to the Kardashians. I keep saying no shade to all these people. It's true. But real talk, they're not that good. You could see through their stuff. This right here is some true mess. Now, let's touch on Funky Dineva. Funky, I respect your work. You have been doing the damn thing for the longest. You are a expert at your craft. That being said, I have to question your motives, because if you were true Team Maddie, anybody would tell Maddie, fall back. Don't post nothing about this for the next couple of days. Let it die. Quit letting people feed off of you. But you are sitting up here posting innuendo photos of a robe talking about, I need someone to put diamond studs on mine. Like, the body ain't even dead. Like, it ain't even cooled off yet. It still got a heartbeat. And you sitting up here talking about that. And then your protege, the person who learned everything from you, and you know who I'm talking about, and I have nothing against that gentleman, but he's sitting up here talking about, I would have bought their domain. Like, y'all really are trying to get a coin off of these ladies' shortcomings, because that's what it is. It's not a failure. It's not a full stop. It's a shortcoming, because if it was a full stop, we would have heard about the cancellations of their tour for whatever reason. Because anybody who's got a half-priced ass lawyer can find a way to get out of it. Creative differences, schedule conflicts. Hell, somebody could have went and got a weak ass restraining order for fear of someone doing bodily harm. Like, the list goes on and on if they really, really wanted to get out of it. I really think that this is a window into our society, and I hope you understand when I say our society. Our society has a way of breaking each other down instead of someone standing up and saying, yo, I don't know you, I don't know you, but fall back. I've seen the magic. I've seen what you guys can do. Get this together, and we're here for you. Like, we support you no matter what. So when I unsubscribe, please don't think I'm not supporting them. I really, really, everybody says it, but I truly believe it, and I truly mean it. I'm not about mess. And when I saw Miss Maddie's video on Valentine's Day, she meant it to be funny, I think, but, and no, I'm not going to sit up here like everybody else, oh, she's having a breakdown. She ain't having a breakdown. Her heart is hurt. And I get it. When you lose someone that you love and you don't know how to get them back, you don't know how to reach out to them, in the very things that you want to say to them, you can't because they don't want to hear it, that hurts more than you will ever imagine. And if you are watching this and you have never gone through it, then bless you. But for me, I can tell you that wrenches your heart. You will find yourself at the end of a bottle. Lord knows if you if you snort powdered donuts or whatever it is that you do to dull the pain, you're going to do it. And unfortunately, Maddie, some of the things that Khia said in her video were wrong. But a lot of the things she said were right. When people are for you, when people want the best for you, they will keep your dirt behind closed doors. My mom always told me, pick your friends. You're going to have this many of true friends in your lifetime, no matter what. This many. 5. Count them on one hand. It might be 1. It might be 2. You're lucky if you get 5. Because those are the people who will pick you up when you are at your lowest and hide you so that the haters, the naysayers, the pretend congratulators, all of them fools will not be able to hurt you. And I did not see that on Wednesday. I did not see a friend, hey sis, you know what? How about go ahead and eat your linguine, soak some of that stuff up, some of that peach soda and whatever you will put in your glass up, and then let's watch this video and see if you want to put it up. That's a real friend. Or a real friend would have been like, hey sis, have you reached out? Did you call her? Because everybody's like, oh, she blocked her. She blocked her on social media. Social media is not the be all end all. You know where she lives. You know how to call her. Obviously, she was on the phone with Gio. Please forgive me if I got that person's name wrong. But someone named Gio, she knows how to get a hold of her. Call her. Call your friend. Just like y'all told Regina to call her daddy. Call your friend. Call your sis. If it's that important. Because to me, it was just some things that Khia was busy. Maddie was busy. Maddie was so busy that somebody had to be suspect. And oh girl, you sat up there and you unfriended her. You blocked her. You didn't know that your friend wasn't there? I'm not a stalker. Please don't get me wrong. But if I ever heard from my friend and they said they're going to call me, the first thing I'm going to do is go to their page. I'm going to see if they're alive. I would have found out then I was blocked. Then I'd have called her. I'd have texted her. You know if your text are blocked. You know if you calling the number that you were calling, you cannot access from this account or whatever the stupid thing would say. The point is, if you had made an effort, and yes, there's It works two ways. She could have made an effort too. You both were saying the same thing. You're both coming from a place of hurt. You deal with your hurt one way. She deals with her hurt another way. I'm going to be real candid. Khia, I really do think she was spilling some real tea in her video, because you could just see the seething in her. Not the bitterness, but the actual just like, why? We were doing so good. You let all these people in. And I feel Khia on that. You can't let everybody into your life. You can't let everybody in when you are building something, because they will be taking every brick down that you were trying to put up. Or they will be like, girl, did you get this new cement? This new cement is popping. Honey, it is Play-Doh. So I got Khia's message on that. Build a strong foundation, a hard foundation. Build a moat around that foundation, and then let a select few people in. People have capitalized off of this. Meanwhile, something that could have been great for our culture, for our society, may never come to fruition because of everything that's happened. Again, this is just my opinion. As you can see, I think they're both right and I think they're both wrong. I think that cooler heads have to prevail, and I do think that they need to sit down and they need to talk. And hopefully they ain't doing this diva thing come tomorrow in DC, where one person's in this corner in this room and the other person's in this one, and then they come out on separate sides of the stage and they got their backs to each other and they keep keying, and it's off and it's awkward, because you know it's going to be online and you know I'm going to be checking for it. I'm keeping it 100. I'm going to be honest. Watching everybody's videos has given me a perspective like you would not believe. I will shout out, and I'm sorry for my nose, guys. It's allergy season. You already know. But I will shout out straightfromtheA.com, Miss Michelle. I saw your videos. I respect the hell out of you. You saw where it could be going with your stuff getting mixed up in the fray of things, and you pull back and you say, hey, I'm not even going to talk about it no more. I posted what I posted because I wanted to shed some light on some of the things, and I've been trying to get my coin for 2 years and I still didn't get it. Now Miss Michelle has her own supporters. She got some strong supporters, and she has got some strong blogger supporters. And if you know, like I know, if you have not watched it, watch it. There's another person who came out with a scathing review on Khia and her self-sabotaging ways. I watched it and I was like, yo, you got some really good points there. But then the person turned around and got somebody who knew Khia at one point in her life. Yeah, I don't, and again, the same people who will talk about you and talk about your business were the same people who were sitting up there keying with you. And if y'all fell out, chances are you fell out over something. It may have been something minor to you, but it wasn't to her. And vice versa.